toy! And now I'm bored.
You got the touch. You got the power.
Hey guys, I'm back from Convergence, finally. What a long weekend. It was awesome, lots of fun, but lots of walking, it's hot in Minnesota. So I am kind of glad it's over. Now I can try to relax a little bit. It is flustering, but it's worth it. Picked up some awesome stuff. Got this little thing here. I got some books by C.S. Lewis, which are not Narnia related, which surprised me. I didn't know he or she wrote space stories, but that's pretty cool. I got a ton of comics. I got another book here about Best of Trek 9. I think it's a collection of Star Trek stories. What's awesome about Convergence, which I've never seen in another convention, they have a thing that I've seen I've only been there 2 years, and both years they had this. They have a thing where it's called take a book, leave a book. You can go over there and take as many books as you want. You are not obligated to leave any. And let's just say I got to double my Fantastic Four collection, and it was all free. All these books were free, and that's awesome. I don't know who runs it, and I wish I did, because I'd love to know where else they're going, because I need more books. You can never have enough books. And you can never have enough time to read them all. And that's kind of what inspired this video. I've got a lot of books. And no, it's not that Resident Evil stuff again. I'm not going to review a novel again. Maybe, I probably will eventually. But we're going to get into some other stuff. I've got a lot of books. And a lot of them, well, considering how big my collection is now, not a lot of them, maybe 10%, maybe not even that, are children's books that I've collected since I was little. And most of them, I've got a couple that are not of this subject, but most of them are of either one subject, which I'll get into in a minute, and the other subject is, if you know me at all, you should know this, Masters of the Universe. He-Man is the man! And I love these books so much. Let's see if we can find one. I've had these so long. When I was a child, my mother would take me to the dentist, which I hated. And, wow, I didn't even know those were there. One thing I did like about it was they would give me stickers. And with these stickers, I would put them in the books, in the inside covers. And I really wish I didn't do that. What the hell? Hey, a sticker actually fell. Wow. Okay, the sticker just fell off. That stain kind of shows you how old the stickers have been in there. I don't know if you can see that. But what I loved about these books is they showed you which other ones were available. Then the first one was just the 4. And then they added more to the point where there's these huge lists. And let's see which. Well, this book didn't have one. This book has some. This one has some. And what I liked about it is you kind of could tell when they were made in order of each other, because the lists would get bigger and bigger. And I'm not going to do this now, but I'm going to do this once in a while, where we're going to do something called what should we call it? The Geeks Super Adventure. Okay, here's what we're going to call it. We're going to call it the Geeks Super Adventure Storytime, in honor of Golden Books' Super Adventures. And this is definitely not originally how the He-Man book started, but when I think when Golden Books figured out, hey, we can sell books off of some big properties, they just started calling them that. And there were other properties they listed. I'm looking for a book that had one of these lists. Where is it? Okay. They did some She-Ra books, which I would love to find some of those. I think I saw one once, but I didn't grab it because I was younger, and you had that thought process of, oh, I don't want to like She-Ra because that's a girl show. But there's that, and then they did a couple books for Wheel Warriors. There's one for Conan, Defenders of the Earth, Inhumanoids, and GoBots. I'm never gonna buy a GoBot book. Sorry, guys. Transformers are just much more cool. So there's a ton of these thinner books, smaller books, like about a square size and that big. And then, oh, excuse me, I don't know how many of these were. These are the only ones I'm aware of. They did 6 hardcover books, and I think they were a little longer, but I've only seen the 6. I've never seen them add to them. And those books are I Have the Power, Skeletor's Flower of Power, He-Man Smells Trouble, The River of Ruin, Teela's Secret, and The Horde. Now, at least 2 of those stories are kind of, if you know anything about He-Man, you know what those stories are going to be about. And we won't get into that. And this one is one of my favorites. I found this at a store in, I want to say, somewhere up north. I can't really tell you off the top of my head. And sadly, it looks like it's gotten a little damaged on the edge. But what I loved about this, I remember my parents would take me on road trips once in a while. And I would see this book a couple times. Like, we would stop at a store. I want to say it's like a real... I'm trying to remember it. I think it was like a really, really tiny antique store. And they had this book, and we went up there like once or twice a year. And this book was always there. And I thought, I need to get this book before it goes away. It never went anywhere. It was the only one they had, but... you know, if you let something sit for too long, it'll eventually disappear, and we can't have that. This is a golden book. It's called The Sunbird Legacy. And this one felt much more like a comic book. Like, unlike the other golden books, which were kind of childlike novelized, these were actual... I'll try to get a good shot here. These were actual comic-inspired looking stories. Now, I don't know who the artists were. Oh, well... if we ever read this book, we'll get into that. I don't want to get into that right now. But this one was a lot of fun. I always enjoyed reading this story. I remember actually writing, or not writing, but drawing a picture based on something in here when I was in high school. But they made a few of these, from what I'm told. And I can't remember what the other ones were off the top of my head. And I never saw them, ever. So I don't know if these were even released in the States and I just got lucky, or if they were just a really limited release, or what. But I love these books so much. So we are going to read one. Not right now. But like I said, I'm going to take pictures of the stuff I got at Convergence, and I'll show that to you during the credits. Okay, so I'm going to try to do something a little fun, mostly to see if anybody's watching. I'm going to hold a little vote. Please give it a look. I really want to hear what you guys think. But we're going to review, we're going to read some of these books, and just because I'm going to keep the list light, we're going to we are going to read one of the hardcover golden books. So like I said, there is I Have the Power, Skeletor's Flower of Power, He-Man Smells Trouble, The River of Ruin, Teela's Secret, and The Horde. Now, one of these 6 stories will be the first story I will read, and I would love to hear what you guys want to hear first. So, in the comments, write down what you want to hear be read first. What story do you most want to hear? And I wanted to read little bios on them. Oh, wait, yeah, they're all right here. Okay. So, if you're tired of hearing me talk, go ahead and stop the video now. Otherwise, I'm just going to read a little bio on each of the stories, and then we're going to say goodnight. Okay, we'll start with I Have the Power. How did He-Man discover the secrets of Castle Grayskull? Learn how Prince Adam found his power sword, and what did And what he did when Skeletor took it to Snake Mountain. Skeletor's Flower of Power. What happened when Skeletor gives Orko a gift that grows only trouble? He-Man must journey to another world for help. Will he discover the answer, and will he return to the palace in time? He-Man smells trouble. Something smells funny on Eternia. Robots from space land with all the knowledge in the universe. Can He-Man stop Skeletor from blowing up their secrets? The River of Ruin. A happy land falls under Skeletor's spell. He-Man must move mountains to solve the mystery. Skeletor may win unless He-Man convinces the farmers and fishermen to end their feud. My throat's starting to hurt. Teela's secret. When Teela longs to learn who her mother is, Skeletor gives her an answer. He-Man must teach Skeletor a lesson and somehow get Teela away from Snake Mountain. And the Horde. A strange new band of warriors from another world invades Eternia. They mean trouble for both He-Man and Skeletor. Can He-Man find the power to stop them? But yeah, and there's these little pictures. Of course there's going to be pictures on these books. But these are always a lot of fun, and I really hope you're going to enjoy them as much as I've enjoyed growing up hearing them and reading them. So until we get to that, this is the Geek saying, good journey.
You got the touch. You got the power.